Alright, so here we are for our first match, and this hand isn't necessarily a mulligan because we have a turn 1 Verulian Sliver, and if we top deck a Plains, our whole hand is turned on. If we top deck a Forest, we at least have a Muscle Sliver and a Spinneret Sliver. But I think I'm still going to mulligan it anyway, because if we don't draw a second land, we're pretty dead in the water. And we're on the play. If I was on the draw, oh no, I am on the draw actually. Well, I think on being on the draw with a Scry probably just makes me want to mulligan. I think this hand's much better, so I'm pretty happy that I mulligan. We don't really have like a Lord, but I think it's better than our first hand. I'm gonna keep that just to have a removal spell. No idea what I'm playing against, of course, but I think having a removal spell on this type of hand is good. It does kind of suck that we can only cast like really one creature at a time, but I think that's fine. I'm going to start off with Spinneret Sliver since we're up against Affinity. Sorry, not Spinneret Sliver, Sidewinder Sliver. I think that's better. Looks like we're up against Disciple Affinity. It's a new version of Affinity that a lot of people have been playing. I think it's pretty good. Pretty big fan of it. And my opponent proceeded to just literally have the nuts. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the second Sidewinder Sliver, and I'm going to attack. So no matter... Now, flanking works for each creature, so my opponent can't really block it because of flanking. So this is basically one free damage, or not. They're actually going to chump. I'm surprised about that. I'm going to take one, and we can commune with nature, look for a Lord, and I believe this is the Lord. Yep. All right. I saw Sidewinder Sliver, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. And just put all these to the bottom. Draw Sidewinder Sliver first if that ever comes up. Highly doubt it, though. So next turn we'll be able to go a Lord. If we draw Plains, we can go Plated Sliver. If we draw Forest at the very least, we get to go... I believe flanking only works for blocking, right? I haven't played with flanking in many, many, many years. Whenever a creature with flanking blocks... Yeah, okay. Oh, that's annoying. We drew Blossoming Sands, but that's not bad. That's certainly not bad. So we get now to attack for 4. And my opponent only has 1 card in hand. Apparently it's not a removal spell. Journey to Nowhere I really want to save for like... I guess the last card in their hand was a land. I really want to save for like an Atog or a Mirror Enforcer or a Carapace Forger. Just, something I can't quite deal with easily. Next turn we get to go Spinneret Sliver plus Plated Sliver or Plated Sliver plus Journey to Nowhere, assuming I don't draw like a Lord or something. My opponent got a blue in case they got a Thought Cast, it looks like, but another Springleaf Drum. Alright, so we're going to take 3. Let's see what we draw. Verulian Sliver is good, but I think playing these 2 slivers are probably better than Verulian Sliver. Well, that's not necessarily true. Yeah, I think the plan is to actually play Verulian Sliver, then play Spinneret Sliver. Spinneret Sliver will be a 3/3, so if my opponent makes his guy a 4/3, I'll still be able to block. Alright, my opponent's still going to chump. That's cool. My opponent will get 2 poison counters. We'll play Spinneret Sliver and pass. I love the F8 button. So my opponent's not in a great position, right? There's a Tog. So now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can go to 7. So my opponent can attack me down to 9. And then I can take 7. I can't kill my opponent. So I think the plan here is to actually just block and then Journey to Nowhere the Atog next turn. I think is the plan. Yeah, I think just getting the Somber Hoverguard off the board, because Spinneret Sliver isn't really important. And I'd rather lose the Spinneret Sliver than the Verulian Sliver, so... Ooh, Muscle Sliver. Okay. Well, that doesn't really change much, but it does make things a bit better. So we're going to go ahead and Journey this Atog. I think journeying the Atog is better than hitting the Disciple. Disciple as a 1/1 doesn't actually do literal anything. Yeah, okay, my opponent scooped. That seems about right. Alright, so we got there game 1. Looked pretty good. Disciple Affinity is tricky. You don't really have, a lot of things to bring in. I don't think that Hive Stirrings is very good. I think it's fairly slow. I do like Sunlance because this deck doesn't typically play green, I think. I could be very wrong. Journey you have to keep for Mirror Enforcer and for a Tog. God's Willing doesn't really do all that much. Natural State again against Affinity doesn't really do anything. Armadillo Cloak is interesting. I think... Actually, Verulean Sliver isn't very good here, I don't think, because all their creatures are going to be bigger anyway. So I think actually Armadillo Cloak and Hive Stirrings are going to be better. I'm not really a big fan of adding another 3-drop to the deck, but I think that's perfectly fine. I think 27 creatures is also just... I think that's okay. So we'll see how that works out. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand. We have a Lord and a Spinneret Sliver. No 1-drop, unfortunately, so maybe we'll get a little lucky. And an Armadillo Cloak. Second Lord's not bad. So next turn we can go Lord, or we can go Spinneret Sliver. Oh, it looks like they do play green. Okay. Fair enough. So I think Armadillo Cloak is better. Ah, that's a good draw. So we'll go Plains. I think here we'll go Spinneret Sliver. My opponent's gonna kill anything. I'd rather them just kill this than a Lord, so I think that's fine. My opponent does have Galvanic Blast, of course. Of course. They always have it. They didn't have it game 1, so I lied. They don't always have it. Affinity is a pretty... It's a really mediocre matchup for you. Really due to the fact that it takes you a lot longer to get going than it takes them. So, a Journey. Well, I could... Let's see. I could Sunlance and Journey the Mirror Enforcer, or I could play Sinu and Sunlance one of the Frogmites. And I think playing a Lord and Sunlancing a Frogmite's better, because then next turn I can play Sinu and Journey, so that's probably the correct play, I think. I'm going to take 1 by doing this, but I'm pretty sure that killing a Frogmite is better than killing a Disciple. Because, like, Disciple on its own doesn't do anything, but taking 2 a turn from a Frogmite's really bad for me. Oh, please attack. No? Alright. That would have been great if my opponent attacked. Ooh, they said go, so they might just... Well, they didn't have a removal spell, so that's kind of suspect. Alright, well, we're going to play out this Lord. Make my guy a 3/3. I guess they do have a removal spell now, they just didn't feel like using it. It's kind of weird. My opponents always, like... use removal spells on my turn. Unless they don't have anything, they're just pausing. Or maybe they don't have anything. Alright, well, I'm going to get in for 3. I think getting in for damage is the correct thing here. Get in for 3, play Journey, and hit the Mirror Enforcer. And pass the turn. I did hit 8. Well, if I didn't have 8, I hit it now, so... My opponent flung the Mirror Enforcer at my face. That's not true. They flung it at my Sinu Sliver. Interesting. That is interesting. Alright. Well, we got 5 lands out of our deck, so the odds of me drawing another land should be low. Alright, well, that's not very good for me. Muscle Sliver. That is great. That is a great draw. Armadillo Cloak. Get in for 5. Gain 5. And now we can block this and this for free. We will have to take 4, though, which does suck. Alright, well, Sombra Hoverguard. We're not living on easy street right now, which is unfortunate. My opponent said go. Interesting. Ooh, Commune with Nature. That's a good one. That's not good. That sucks a little bit. Alright. Mostly putting the Sunlance to the bottom sucks. So, you know, play this. And we're not doing anything else, so I might as well just go to attacks. So if I attack for 5, my opponent has to double block. And then I can attack for 3. I think here I actually just say go. I think it favors me more if I just say go. Since my opponent has no cards in hand, and they can't really attack profitably without, unless they're attacking with Sombra Hoverguard. And if I draw a removal spell or another Lord, it's just better for me. Ooh. That's good, but not exactly what I was talking about. So I'm just going to attack with the Sentinel Sliver now, and my opponent can double block to trade with the Carapace Forger. Where they don't have to. Losing the Sentinel Sliver might be kind of a bad thing, but I don't think so. My opponent took it, which is interesting. Alright, there's a Chromatic Star. And they played a land. So they must have drawn a land last turn. There's a blue. I think I have 6. That could be wrong. I did not have 6, so we're just going to F8. So, I don't know. We'll see what my opponent plays, and if my opponent plays something. Drawing this was pretty good. Another Lord obviously would have been great, but this was the best alternative, of course. Alright. So my opponent is now attacking for 3. So I'm going to 7. Alright, great draw. Not exactly, but... So now we can attack for 5, and my opponent would have to triple block. Let's see here. F8 strats. So we're definitely attacking for 5. And my opponent would have to triple block to kill it, and I could kill this and this. Or my opponent could just scoop. I guess that works too. Alright, so there you kind of saw the power of, you know, if Affinity doesn't really draw a Tog, or, you know, if the Sliver deck gets going, just all the Slivers, you know, working in conjunction with each other. And of course, Umbreon Cloak showing the power of this card. This card is and has always been one of the strongest pauper cards. Yeah, so that's that. Join me for another match, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.